Welcome back to Make Me a Fan. I'm the Jag.
I'm Pete.
And today we're talking about Santino Brothers at last, and we're talking about the main event between generation versus generation, the superstar. Well, Pete, you tell.
Well, I was going to say, you have the master and the apprentice.
Very true.
I mean, as a big Star Wars person, you know, I have to go back to that. So
I appreciate that.
You've got Joey Kaos,
Yep.
who, you know, him and Robbie are the cornerstones of Santino Brothers.
Damn right.
So, you know, when you come through the doors there, you're going to see them, and they're there your entire journey.
Oh, for sure. And they walk you through from zero to hero. And one of the heroes that they brought to the table is Mr. Jake Atlas, who is prolific and freaking gifted, so much so that the man is going down to Florida to a little place called NXT.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously you can see in the picture right here, what a king's reception Jake had.
And you know, the thing is, I'm going to get a little sentimental here.
Sure.
I've only been following local wrestling since July, basically, but I heard even back in July about some guy named Jake Atlas. Jake Atlas was the future of Southern California indie wrestling or local wrestling, and this guy, of course, I didn't know it at the time, was projected for the freaking stratosphere. This guy is amazing, and I can only imagine how Joey must have felt taking this guy literally from the very beginning, from zero to now a hero. I don't know if anybody else has gone from Santino Brothers to the WWE. Do you?
No.
This is the first one. So, I mean, this is pretty much, and I don't want to oversell this, but this is pretty much the dream come true for each and every person who ever steps foot into Santino Brothers, or really any wrestling ring and any wrestling school anywhere. Am I right?
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Now, here's the thing. A lot of people put in years and years and years and years of effort, and Jake's been doing this since 2015, I believe he said. So that's almost 5 years of effort. So we don't want to say it was easy.
And I saw his 23rd professional match in 2017. I saw him wrestle out in a parking lot in Long Beach of a bar.
Wow.
For PCW Young Guns. I also saw Chris Bay and some other people. And
how far he has come.
Well, yeah, so I saw his 23rd professional match,
wow.
And I saw almost everything since.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't gush enough about, you know, this is a once in a generation wrestler. You get a once in a class, and a lot of those people, but this is someone who's gonna go change the world.
Now let me just say this, people, and I mean this 100%. Take all the shtick off the table. This is literally a dream come true. If you went up to anybody in any wrestling school, you name a school, Create a Pro, whatever.
Doesn't matter.
And you say, where would you like to see, like what would you like to happen? Well, I want to learn my craft, I want to hone my craft, and then I want to sign a deal with the biggest company in the world. And this guy freaking did it. So if you ever wonder, could it happen for me? You damn right, because it happened for Jake freaking Atlas, and it happened at Santino Brothers, people. So that's enough of me gushing about Santino and Jake. The match was fantastic. We saw Jake come out to the ring to a king's welcome, as the Encyclopedia said, and then Joey Kaos, who was playing the heel in this match, I believe,
100%,
came out to a mixed reception. We appreciate Joey for who he is, but based on the storyline, he got some well-deserved boos. Would you agree?
100%, because there was a promo between matches where you talked about how that when you sign up at the school, you know.
Yes.
So again, obviously, guys, storytelling,
yes.
You know, this is supposed to help build all that suspense for that, but
it
really was. There was a big match feel to this.
It was, and it felt like there's some serious stakes, and you knew there was going to be some emotion in this match, just because if you haven't seen these guys interact, not only at Santino Brothers, on the instructional videos, you name it, these guys genuinely freaking love each other. We know that behind the curtain, but if we're talking kayfabe in the match, Joey had some beef with Jake, and they're gonna go at it. So
absolutely, and obviously, you know, Joey still looks good as the day he left TV.
Oh, for sure, and he looks fantastic. And the guy, of course, he runs a wrestling school. He knows what he's doing in that ring, every corner of that ring at any given time. Now, I'll say one thing I was a little surprised at. Joey took about 10,000 freaking chops. He got chopped to death. He was chopped suey.
Well, I think we'll have some photos of that.
Oh, we do? Okay, well,
we will. But as you say, one of those things that I always do a couple of shots, and like this is one of those ones that I ended up catching as well, where I have some signature stuff that I always take photos of. But yeah, so we don't see a whole lot of damage to Joey's pectoral area quite yet, but you see Jake certainly actually setting the pace to the match, letting Joey know that, hey, you might be the veteran, but I'm the superstar Jake Atlas, and this is my ring, my building, my match.
You said it earlier, man. Master versus apprentice. You know, when we met, you were just what's the line? I forget the line. The Vader line. I just messed it up. Yes, I was just the student or whatever. I don't know. Today I'm the master. That's kind of what we're getting on here. Damn it! I messed up the line. Encyclopedia. You know the line. Help me out.
We'll put it here on screen, but
just cut to it, yeah.
But Jake clearly had Joey rattled. Look at this. Joey ended up having to take a powder, went outside and had to regroup and kind of go, okay, maybe he knows some things.
Hell yeah.
Not to say that he can beat me, but maybe this kid knows some things.
You know what I tell my son? I said, I might have taught you everything you know, but I didn't teach you everything that I know. Exactly. And so I think Joey said, okay, I'm going to have to dig in my bag of tricks. I'm going to have to remember what I taught this guy and bring something else to the table. So it was interesting to see how Joey had to dig deep to pull out some things that was going to turn the tide back in his favor, because it looked like Jake was in control pretty much from the beginning.
For sure. And I look at that, there was kind of certain phases in the match, and I would definitely like to know if I was right or wrong in it, but we had that kind of that feeling out period, you know, Joey figured out, okay, cool. Looks like, you know, maybe mat skills and that stuff wouldn't be okay, so let's turn it into a brawl. And so, of course, Joey starts it as a brawl, and he starts brawling with Jake. And this is what we were talking about, where there's an immense amount of chops, just beating each other back and forth. You see bouncing each other's heads off the top of the turnbuckle. And there's that damage we started talking about, where they started just strong styling the bejesus out of each other.
It was rough, man. I mean, you could see every time he would chop him, it was like, dude,
But look at that. Look at him tearing into Jake's face on the nose and the mouth.
Yeah, this is a brawl, people. It might have started off as a wrestling match, but it turned into a fight.
Absolutely, and I think that's kind of one of those things that we got to the point where, like, okay, I can't win a wrestling match, so let's win a fight.
Hell yeah.
So when you can't win a fight, then that's when you start going unconventional. Oh. And that's really where we started the next phase of this, where all of a sudden Joey was extremely frustrated and taking it out on Jake in every which way possible, but also starting to feel, well, what else am I going to hit him with? I hit him with the kitchen sink. I already hit him with everything else. What are we going to do? Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, I think at this point, Joey's starting to doubt himself. He's starting to say, you know what? I know I can beat this kid. I think that's what he's thinking at the beginning of the match. But right about this point, I think that doubt's starting to creep in, and he's going, what do I need to do? Do I have enough? Can I get this kid out of here? And I mean, he never gave up. To Joey's credit, he kept going at it. And Jake Atlas, I mean, you know,
this is, you know, 10 minutes into the match, and still going at it. I mean, like, with that intensity, he's like, hey, you know what? You don't have any. I run the show. This is my house. This is my ring. This is my building.
And you know, one thing I said about Christopher Daniels a lot, because we watched a few Christopher Daniels matches, he never takes a minute off in the match. He's always working, even when he's outside, even when he's on the apron waiting for a tag. Christopher Daniels is always working. And you know what I saw in Joey Kaos? He also is always freaking working. This is what the greats do, people. They never take a minute off of the match. Even if you're outside taking a powder, you're still telling the story, people. You're still telling the story.
Try to grab a beer or sell or do or interact with people.
Even when you're frustrated, I mean, even just the facial expressions and the
getting out of the ring and kicking the space between you and the fans.
Exactly. I mean, this was amazing, people. It was a master class of storytelling on the part of both Joey Kaos and Jake Atlas, because, I mean, obviously, they got history. There's a story here, and the story's being told in the ring.
I love scrolling through these photos. I mean, everything, like I said, this is easily the best show that I've ever taken photos at. It was so important.
Wow, look at those boots. Yeah. Those boots have seen some.
You know, that's one of those things at some point I'd love to sit down with Joey and us and just talk to him and hear some stories.
Yeah.
You know, get some just hear about tales and going up and down the roads, XPW, some of that stuff. You know, understanding, you know, where he and Robbie and the things that they had to go through to help open these doors and help us.
Well, even watching that documentary on SantinoBros, when we first signed up for the advocate class, opened my eyes to a lot of the things and some of the hurdles and obstacles they've overcome. This man has my utmost respect, and if you're a wrestling fan, he should have your utmost respect as well. And this match, he even showed that much more why he deserves that respect. Am I right?
For sure. And even Jake at this point is so frustrated because he's hit Joey with everything. And and then he does end up hitting him with the LGBT DDT.
Hell yeah, and that was the end of the match.
Picks up the win.
Now look, people, I mean, if you don't know this by now, I don't know why you're watching this video, but there is a story that's going on in the ring, and there's a story that's outside of the ring. So I'm the Jag, as you know, but there's a little more to me than that. He's the Encyclopedia, but there's a little more to him than that. And I think after this match, we got to see a little behind the curtain between Joey and, of course, Jake. Now, we won't get into their freaking government names and all that good stuff, but it was a hell of a match, and you got to see the real emotion between these two people. And then, of course, all the other guys came from the back. It was just, yeah.
Brody King was there.
Brody King was
there. That's how, so let's stop and break it down.
Yeah.
It was so important that Brody King, Ring of Honor, 6-man tag champion, first NWA tag champion since it got brought back.
Nice, all right.
Has time and needed to be here to see this match.
Respect.
Last time those two were in the ring, wild match.
Respect.
Wild match. It's on YouTube. Check it out between Joey and you can definitely say that it was, again, a student and the master going at it.
Now look, people, I'm gonna say this, and I said it on social media. We have we're on the fringe of the Santino Brothers family because we're new. The people in the ring that you're seeing on hashtag Pete's Picks are veterans who trained with Jake, who grew up with Jake, who Jake helped, who maybe they even helped Jake. This is a family in every freaking sense of the word. And once all the wrestling match and the storyline is over, you get to see the people behind the story. The people behind the story are beautiful, and the people behind the story love each other and support each other and are pulling for and rooting for each other, which I don't know about you guys, but that's the kind of place I want to be at.
100%.
I mean, I'm keeping it real 100%. Screw all the kayfabe, screw the story. This was a beautiful moment between individuals and people who love each other as family behind when the lights are off and the cameras are off and the tights are off and you're just in jeans and a t-shirt.
And you're in ring crew, or you're sweeping up, or you're picking up chairs, you're helping everybody out. Yeah, it's a family unit, and it's one of those things I think for me more than anything was why I wanted to go to Santino's, was understanding that, you know, this is a family. And, you know, we don't always choose each other, but we love each other, and we want to see everybody succeed together.
Absolutely.
That's, you know, one of the things I'm most looking forward to is being able to further expand, meet the people that we have in advocate class, and also be able to help everybody else, whether it's taking photos, doing YouTube recaps like we do, anything that we can do to help, we want to help them as well, because this is amazing stuff. And when you get to realize your dream and you get to, I mean, I'm just floored that he got to live his dream, and he's going to go to Florida. It's so awesome.
I mean, that's the whole thing. If you look at the Santino Brothers story, which I can link to it if you want, one of their slogans, or their main slogan, is "Keep the Dream Alive." And I'm being 100% transparent. Screw all the jokes, all the kayfabe, all the jag. I'm telling you from my personal experience, I've loved wrestling since the 5th grade. I've loved wrestling since I turned it on and I started watching with my friends in 1988, okay? And I've always wanted to be a part of the show, but I didn't know how. I didn't know places like Santino Brothers freaking existed, and I gave up on wrestling. I stopped watching wrestling probably 15 years ago. I mean, I was so deep. I used to write a column about wrestling online, and then I had kids and I got married and life changed, okay? Right. But then when we started doing this back in July and August, I was like, man, wouldn't it be great to be a part of the show? And I'm old and I got back surgery and whatever. I don't think I could ever wrestle, but I damn sure can, as you said, help people out with commentary, even just setting up the ring, tearing down the ring.
Just anything that I can do. You know, I might not be able to get in the ring and take a bump or do any of that very well, but I can certainly talk, take photos, all that stuff. And if that helps get somebody to where they need to be and that's their dream, I'm happy to help.
I've never been good at watching. I've always wanted to be a part of the show. And this is a way to get in the ring and be a part of the show and keep the dream alive, which sounds like we're just a total shill for Santino's. They're not paying us. In fact, we're paying them, okay? But it's that damn serious, because this is an opportunity for me and for the Encyclopedia to live our dreams to an extent and be a part of the show and support this family that we are kind of sort of a part of, but that we got to witness in the ring at last, because that, I wanted to be a part of that. And I know I wasn't there for all that. I wasn't there for the building and the journey.
We were on the other side, but man, oh man.
But there's more journeys to be had.
100%.
That's what I was telling myself sitting in that first row. I said, you know what? I can't be in that ring. I don't know these people the way that they know each other, blah, blah, blah. But this is one phase. This is one group. And we're going to be a kind of a part of this group. We're also going to be part of a new group. And so who knows who the next person's going to be? Who knows what the next big thing's going to be? And hopefully there'll be a lot of us, right?
100%.
I mean, you got people in MLW, you got people in Ring of Honor, you got people in WWE now, you got people at AEW, I think, right? We got some Santino guys at AEW. These people, Santino Brothers is the truth. And that's enough of me gushing about Santino's. But please believe me, if you want to wrestle, you want to learn how to wrestle, if you don't want to be in the ring, but you want to be a part of the show, you want to be a part of the squad, you want to be a part of the team, come with us. It starts January 28th. We'll be there doing burpees, and I'll probably be barfing. You know, I'll be sucking wind and wishing I was dead, but I will be chasing that freaking dream, and that's what tonight was all about. Am I right?
100%. Couldn't have said it better. This is magic, folks. You know, you don't get to see this match often.
Yeah.
And thank you, Joey, for everything in that match. You gave so much, and thank you for helping make Jake, and thank you, Jake, for being you, because you're amazing. And
yeah,
we're excited for you, man.
It's a beautiful thing.
You've got the world at your hands. Take full advantage.
Hell yeah, dude. We're rooting for you, and we will support you any way we can. And just know that you made us a fan. How about that?
Oh yeah.
And we'll continue to be a fan until the end of this thing. And I don't know when the end's gonna be, because I'm gonna be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
We're gonna be back at tomorrow at 9 o'clock, for sure.
At 12 noon Eastern. So Jake, if you're watching this down in Florida, I don't know if you're there yet, I don't think you're there yet. It's noon for you, sucker, but 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and we do this every freaking day. We are Make me a fan. I'm the Jag.
I'm Pete.
And we're also Santino Brothers students, and we're freaking happy to be there. So we'll see you clowns tomorrow.
Bye, guys.